Hey everyone, welcome. So today we're going to talk about something really cool, a way for high school students to get a massive head start on their future. Yep, we're diving into dual enrollment. I mean, think about it. What if you could knock out some real college classes, earn credits that actually transfer, and get a feel for what college is really like, all before you even get your high school diploma? If that sounds like a game changer, you are in the right place.
All right, so here's our game plan. We've laid everything out in 5 simple sections. We'll start with why you'd even want to do this. Then we'll see if you're ready for it. After that, we'll walk through the entire 7-step application, talk about the money side of things, and wrap up with the super important deadlines you can't miss.
Okay, first up, your college head start. Let's get right into what dual enrollment is, and more importantly, why it might be an absolutely perfect fit for you. So, on the surface, it's pretty straightforward. Dual enrollment just means you're a high school student and a college student at the same time. You're taking actual college courses and getting real college credit for them. Simple, right? But the reasons for doing it, well, that's where it gets exciting.
So why go for it? Well, there are a bunch of awesome reasons. Maybe you've burned through all the math classes your high school offers, and you're ready for the next challenge. Taking a college-level course just looks fantastic on your applications. Or maybe you're thinking about a specific career, like welding. You could literally start working on your trade certificate before you've even graduated. It's all about pushing yourself and getting a taste of your future.
So, you're sold on the why. But the next big question is, are you ready for this? This section is all about figuring out if you've got what it takes to not just get in, but to actually succeed. Look, when you take a college class, you're expected to act like a college student. That means nobody's going to be holding your hand, you need killer time management skills, you've got to be motivated enough to do the work on your own, and you need to feel comfortable actually talking to your professors. It's not just about being smart, it's about being ready for that next level of responsibility. And now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the numbers. To even qualify for an English or math dual enrollment class, you have to hit these minimum scores. No wiggle room here. And see that little note? It's a really good idea to have that reading score for social science classes and the math score for science classes. Think of this as your first official green light. Okay, you've checked the boxes, you know you're ready. Now for the main event, the actual application process. It might look like a lot, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down for you. So here it is, the whole journey from start to finish. We already handled step 1, checking eligibility. Next, we'll get into picking your classes, actually applying to the college, sending transcripts, doing the paperwork, and then the fun part, enrolling. This is your master plan right here. Now, when you get to step 2, choosing your course, you want to be strategic. The whole point is to earn credit that will actually count later. That's where something called the Michigan Transfer Agreement, or MTA, is your best friend. It's basically a guide to picking general ed classes that are guaranteed to transfer to other Michigan schools. And listen up, because this is probably the most important tip I can give you. Once you think you've found the perfect class, your very next move is to talk to your school counselor. You absolutely, positively have to get their approval. Do not skip this step. All right, step 3. This is where you actually apply to the community college itself. For PCEP students, the big ones are usually Schoolcraft or Washtenaw Community College. This is your formal application, to officially become a college student. So you got to follow all their instructions to a T. And that leads to a huge heads up. The college is going to have its own to-do list for you. Things like an orientation or maybe a placement test. And you have to do it all. As the source material says, and this is a direct quote, until you complete everything on their list, you will not be able to register for classes. Period. Pro tip here. As soon as you get that final approval from your high school, it is a race against the clock. You need to log into the college's system and register for your class ASAP. I'm serious. The popular classes fill up incredibly fast. Don't wait around and miss your spot. Okay, let's talk about the thing everyone's thinking about, money. How does this all get paid for, and what are the financial rules you absolutely need to know? So here's the great news. For the most part, state funding will cover the cost of one 3-credit class. That is a huge help. The catch? If you pick a class that's 4 or 5 credits, which a lot of science classes with labs are, your family will have to pay for that extra credit. And here's where a little bit of research can save you some real money. If you go to Schoolcraft, you're considered in district, so tuition is lower and the state funding will probably cover the whole thing. But at Washtenaw, you're out of district.
That means higher tuition, and you'll almost certainly have a balance to pay yourself. Okay, let's run through some really important financial rules you've got to know. 1. If you fail the class or drop it too late, you have to pay back the entire tuition. Ouch. 2. If you do withdraw, you have to add a high school class to your schedule to fill that spot. And 3. You have to buy your textbooks yourself. But, and this is a big one, save your receipt. There's a chance you could get reimbursed if there's money left in the fund.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most critical section. Let's talk about dates and deadlines. Because with this program, believe me, timing is everything. You might want to pull your phone out and take a picture of this slide. If you're aiming for the fall semester, all your application stuff is due by the second Friday in April. Then your proof of enrollment is due by the end of August. For winter classes, the big deadline is the first Friday in November. These dates are set in stone. And I really want this to sink in. Once these deadlines are passed, that is it. It's over. No changes. No, let me just sneak this in. You have to be on top of your game and plan ahead. So there you have it. We've talked about why you should do it, if you're ready for it, exactly how to apply, how to pay for it, and when everything is due. We've covered the whole journey. So the only question left is the one on your screen. Is dual enrollment your next move?